A patch of purple in Maitland today to shine a light on the hidden scourge that is domestic violence. Police officers joined Rotarians, support service workers and residents for a day of action, marching through the streets.
Maitland has one of the highest incidents of domestic violence in any region in New South Wales. So it's really important that we're out here further developing that awareness of it.
The day also aimed to improve how the community supports those experiencing domestic violence.
Paterson and Martins Creek residents are preparing for the next round in their fight over a controversial quarry expansion. Darracon has appealed the Independence Planning Commission's decision to reject the proposal, with the first court hearing held this week.
Another year coming to a close and still no resolution for the people of Paterson, Martins Creek, Vasey, Tokal and Bulwarra. Darracon's appeal sending its quarry plan to the Land and Environment Court, and the community is mobilising again.
It's going to destroy the town.
We're pretty determined. We're here for long haul.
Residents thought the Martins Creek quarry expansion was dead in the water back in February after the Independent Planning Commission ruled it shouldn't go ahead due to significant impacts from road haulage of quarry products.
So basically now Darracon are taking IPC to court to get that ruling overturned and to go ahead and expand the quarry from 500,000 tonne a year to 1.1 megatonne a year.
Opponents say the number of truck movements on narrow country roads and through villages would increase to 280 per day, and there are also concerns about increased noise, dust and air quality.
This is the conga line of trucks which will go through Paterson, down past Tokal, down through Minda River, into Bulwarra Heights, down across the Long Flat, all the way into East Maitland.
Maitland and Dungog councils joining the legal fight.
The people in Maitland that would be heavily affected by this, with those trucks rumbling through past their homes and the impact on Maitland traffic, it's significant. Maitland City Council's glad to be party to the defence. We're investing money in experts.
Darracon says current projects in the region already require quarry materials to be brought in from more than 2 hours drive away, and that the quarry should be servicing the needs of the local community to minimise these truck movements. The Land and Environment Court has listed the matter for a conciliation conference at Martins Creek on March 21. Jane Goldsmith, NBN News. Belmont 16 Sailing Club has rung in its 100th birthday with the completion of a major redevelopment. The $20 million upgrade, aptly named the Centenary Project, includes a brand new restaurant and bar.
One thing we've got, no one can take away from us, is our location. So what we've tried to do with this project is maximise the opportunity that comes from our location. So there's 240-degree water views. We've made the most of our upstairs and downstairs decks.
The club hopes the upgrade will cement it as one of Lake Macquarie's premier venues.
As landfill space fills up, Cessnock Council is on a mission to cut household waste and save residents money at the same time. Smarter Kitchens is a 12-week program to reduce food waste and features an AI-driven app that generates custom-made recipes using what's left in your pantry.
The average household throws out $2,500 worth of food each year, so there's a lot of money to be saved, and also there's a lot of environmental impact to avoid.
Food waste costs the Australian economy an estimated $36 billion a year.
24 days out from Christmas and retailers are seeing a steady stream of customers. Among the big winners, Central Coast Rotary Clubs, who'll spend the next 2 weekends selling more than 2,000 pine trees.
The festive season has arrived, and already a Christmas miracle. Thousands of real pine trees ready to be decorated 1 year after Victorian floods ravaged supply.
Telling people that we didn't have any trees for them and they'd have to come back the next weekend.
This year there's plenty to go around, with 2,000 trees to be sold between 5 Central Coast Rotary Clubs over the next 2 weekends.
Bigger and better. We've got heaps of trees this year and they're beautiful. beautiful trees, nice big bushy ones.
Meanwhile, Christmas retailers are gearing up for what they've dubbed the traditional tree week rush.
Because everyone starts 1st of December, it's like trees, lights, let's get this party started.
Simply Mad About Christmas in Tuggerah, welcoming a stream of festive shoppers through the doors, and they say there's a standout purchase.
Definitely tree decorations, yeah, because they're not an expensive purchase, but they make everyone feel nice and they're sparkly and pretty and they say Christmas.
Retailers aren't the only ones under the pump. Santa himself has been kept busy, snapping annual Christmas portraits with young fans. What are kids asking for this Christmas? What's been popular?
LOLs, Lego of course, and Barbie are the very popular things for all the young boys and girls.
He's around until Christmas Eve before heading back to the North Pole to make the magic happen. What does Santa want for Christmas this year?
I think what Santa wants is for everyone to be happy. I know it's a hard time out there, but it's a good time to be happy.
Bianca Wirt, NBN News.
And Newcastle is getting ready to say goodbye to the year that was, with Council today announcing plans for New Year's Eve. More than 30,000 people are expected to descend on the Queen's Wharf precinct, which will be transformed into a family-friendly zone with activities for all ages and abilities.
3 separate villages with different live music and entertainment, amazing fire spoilers, 2 different aerial air shows, and of course the 9 p.m. fireworks. So it's set to be a really wonderful way to celebrate the end of 2023.
There'll also be additional public transport, and for more details, head to Council's website.
Very warm for the first day of summer. It was glorious. In fact, low 30s right throughout the valley, southeasterly winds along the coast.
Coming up, a shock selection right up for the Newcastle Board Riders Challenge. Some Newcastle riders have ramped up their training after a shock national selection. The women's Masters squad just wanted to be competitive at the Australian Outrigger Sprint titles earlier this month. Instead, it earned a ticket to the World Championship.
Teamwork you could set your watch to. The Newcastle Outriggers Women's Masters team take to Throsby Creek every Wednesday afternoon without fail.
We are like a family. We give 100% to ourselves and our boat and our team, and it pays off every time.
That was certainly true earlier this month when the team of 6 took its canoe to Queensland for the Australian Sprint titles and went toe-to-toe with clubs more than 4 times bigger.
Just one little team from here. We went to face the best in the country, and we did ourselves very proud.
The underdogs performed so well, they're now preparing to fly the Australian flag in Hawaii, having been selected to represent the country in the 500-metre sprint in next year's World Championships.
Disbelief. I am still in a state of shock.
They'll compete in high-low in July, meaning between now and then, there's plenty more paddling to be done on Throsby Creek.
A lot of training, a lot of time on the water, in the gym, working hard together as a crew, practicing our turns.
To local cricket, and of course they weren't quite doing a rain dance, but Hamwick's amid a washout last weekend has played right into their hands. Kings of the short form game in Newcastle, the Pumas now have the chance to play their brand of local cricket against Waratah Mayfield tomorrow.
While they are the reigning Summer Bash champions, Hemwicks also don't want to be defined by one format.
Every team wants to win a 2-day comp.
Returning from rep duty in Tamworth, Captain Ben Balcom wants to bring Newcastle's winning country championship mentality back to his club.
I think you always got to set a standard when you're coming back. Like, it's really good quality cricket, and we've done really well for a long time in the Newcastle setup.
After winning 3 out of 4 one-days to start the season, the skipper's biggest challenge now is converting Hemwick's short-form success to the longer game.
The outpool is a tough one, and we're really happy with 3 wins out of that. We didn't start very well at all in the 2-day cricket with an outright loss.
But the Pumas will have to wait a week for another crack at a 2-dayer. The clash with Waratah Mayfield will be decided in 1 tomorrow, after the first day was washed out last weekend.
Yeah, it's 45 overs this week, so it's basically the same. So different, in terms of like still 2-day rules and red ball and all that sort of stuff.
Hemwicks head into the clash equal 5th on the table.
If you're not in the top 4, you want to be within a couple of points of the top 4 going into Christmas.
Hopefully not a loss.